Hey there, beautiful ladies. Welcome back to Mind Over Munchies. Life on Purpose, episode 11. Your mindset on your body. Today, I'm going to drop a truth bomb on you about the one thing you actually need to lose weight, eat right, and get healthy for good. And no, it's not kale. It's not magic pills. It's not even that weird smoothie that has kale and spinach and, I don't know, a dash of unicorn tears. It's none of that. Want to know what it is? Stay tuned and let's do this.
I know, I'm just one stomach flu away from my goal weight.
Before we get started, this isn't about body image or being thin or anything that would be considered vain. This is about living healthy so we have maximum energy and vitality for more years of our lives so that we can do the good works we were created to do. So, what's the one thing that you actually need to be successful in this area? The one and only thing you need is a mind shift in your brain. Now, before you click away and think I've already heard this before, just hear me out. It will only take about 10 minutes of your day, and you never know, you might have a mind shift for the better. Look, it's tempting to look for shortcuts or magic fixes. I've tried a bunch of them. I have spent way too much money on some things thinking that they'd be a quick fix, but they just don't exist. Even things like Ozempic can cause major muscle loss in the process of losing weight. And as women, especially as we age, that is the last thing we need, is to lose more muscle than we're already losing. It's an uphill battle the older we get. So Ozempic might really be good for weight loss, even though it's really for diabetes. It's not a long-term plan. You're actually not changing your habits either. So unless you plan on staying on that forever, you could gain all of it back when you go off of it. So many companies are jumping at the chance to take your money. And everyone is out there pushing the next fad diet. Right now, it's the sugar diet. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. It's literally like eat a bunch of sugar and you'll lose weight. There are exceptions, of course, for medical issues. But if you're just trying to lose weight or get healthy eating habits, it does not require you taking a bunch of pills. It's the stuff you're telling yourself every day. It's your beliefs, your internal narrator, that little voice that either cheers you on or throws you under the bus faster than you can say cheat day. That's where you succeed or fail. Let me give you an example of the power of your inner storyteller. If you truly believed that sugar was like cyanide, like one bite and boom, I'm a cartoon character with smoke coming out of my ears, you wouldn't be sneaking those cookies at midnight. You'd be running the other way faster than your Fitbit can count your steps. So the problem isn't that sugar is tasty. The problem is the story that you're telling yourself about sugar. Maybe it's, I deserve this treat, or I just can't resist it, or the famous one, I'll start tomorrow. And that story, it's running the show. How many times have I said I'll start tomorrow? Like how many times? How many times? Here's the kicker. The magic you're searching for is in the work you're avoiding. Let me say that again. The magic you are searching for is in the work you are avoiding. That thing you don't want to do, like meal prepping or saying no to the slice of cake or working out, that's where the magic lives. There is no perfect diet, perfect pill, no amount of sheer willpower or beating yourself up that will make dramatic change in 2 weeks. Think of it this way. If you want a garden, you got to plant seed. You got to water them. You got to pull some weeds out from time to time. And you got to take care of it, which takes time. You don't just wish for flowers and hope they magically appear. It's the same with your health. The work is the magic. The change you want is on the other side of the work you're avoiding. Leaning into that work, changing your mindset, rewriting your story, and taking daily action creates the results that you're seeking. Let me give you something really practical to implement this. If you haven't read the book, The Power of Habit, I would highly recommend you get this. It's a great tool. I'll link it below if I can find it. Here is why. The Power of Habit book by Charles Duhigg, so hope I'm not butchering his name, talks about how habits shape our lives, how they're formed, and how they can be changed at the individual, organizational, and society levels. The book's main theme is the habit loop, which consists of three parts: the cue, which is the trigger that initiates the behavior, the routine, which is the behavior itself, and the reward, which is the benefit you gain, which then reinforces the habit. He explains that more than 40% of our daily actions are driven by these automatic loops, meaning much of what we do happens unconsciously. He argues that if we understand this loop, we can change the bad habits by keeping the same cue and reward, but substituting a new routine. It's a principle he calls the golden rule of habit change. This book uses real life stories, and it includes individuals overcoming addictions and companies transforming their cultures to illustrate how habits can be changed. He emphasizes that while habits are powerful and persistent, individuals are still responsible for understanding and altering them once they become aware of their pattern. Meaning, you are not a victim of your habits. They can be changed. Ultimately, the Power of Habit book provides a practical framework for identifying, understanding, and changing habits. And it kind of empowers you to take control of your behaviors and, by extension, your life. It really does work. I've implemented this in so many ways, but you got to be strategic in your mind about how you see the cue, which is your trigger, what routine comes out of that, and what reward are you getting. So, how do you start your mind shift without losing your mind? We'll go over a couple little things. Number one, move from an all or nothing to a growth mindset. So many people approach weight loss with this rigid perfectionist thinking, believing that one slip up means failure. It's an all or nothing attitude that often leads to giving up after one setback. It's like, well, I messed up today, I might as well just eat the rest of the day. Instead, adopt a growth mindset that sees challenges and mistakes as opportunities to learn and improve, not as reasons to quit. This approach helps you persevere and bounce back from setbacks, because we're all going to have them, and stay open to new strategies, which then leads to better long-term weight control and fewer unhealthy behaviors. Number two, change that internal narrative. Pay attention to what you say about yourself and your health, both in your mind and out loud. The story you tell yourself, whether it is, I always fail at diets or I'm not capable of change, can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Rewriting this narrative to emphasize your ability to learn and adapt, I can build new habits, setbacks are part of the process. It builds confidence and resilience, and it makes it easier to sustain healthy behaviors over time. Number three, focus on habits, not just numbers. Shifting your mindset from chasing a specific weight to building healthy, enjoyable habits like regular movement, pickleball, mindful eating, and better sleep makes the process more sustainable and less stressful. Read that Power of Habit book and determine the cue and the reward, and then change your routine. It will work. Number four, practice self-compassion and empowerment. Instead of shaming yourself for past failures, practicing self-compassion helps you recover from setbacks and keeps you moving forward. Don't beat yourself up, but start again. Don't give up. Viewing food choices as conscious decisions of choosing rather than cheating gives you the power to reduce guilt and makes it easier for you to stick to your goals. If you are choosing to have one day where you're celebrating with friends and you have a piece of cake, don't view that as cheating on your diet. I am choosing to celebrate today, but I'm not choosing this every day. This is a special occasion. And we can't take the attitude that my youngest child has, which every day is a special occasion. Side note, little story, when he was like 7, We asked our kids where they wanted to go out for dinner, and he raises his hand and says sushi, because we introduced sushi to our kids really young. I don't recommend that. It's expensive, and we like it. Darn it. But he yells sushi. And I'm like, Jacob, sushi is for a special occasion, because that's a special meal that we're going out to. And his little 7-year-old self said, well, this is the day the Lord has made. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, dude, touche. That works today. It works one day. We're going to go with today, but that doesn't work ever again. But every day is not a special occasion. But when you choose something, you know in advance you're going to do it. You've allowed for that. You've gotten better on other days so that you've got a little more wiggle room. And so you're not cheating. You are choosing to celebrate on one day. And that mindset shift makes it to where you don't feel guilty for having the one piece of cake, because you're not doing that every day, Jacob. Not doing it every day. Okay, and last, act as if you're already the person you want to be. Pretend you're already that healthy, confident person. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Be the person you want to be now and change your routines. Your body will follow. So the next time you're eyeing that cookie like it's the last slice of pizza on earth, remember, you don't need more willpower. You need a mind shift. Change your story, do the work, and watch the magic happen. And hey, if all else fails, just imagine sugar is cyanide. Works like a charm. Thanks for hanging out with me on Life on Purpose. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the describe button. No, you don't need to describe this at all. Hit the subscribe button and maybe share it with some of your snack loving friends. And remember, your mind is the ultimate game changer. Don't forget the why behind what we are doing. Being healthy in our body, mind, soul, and spirit allows us to be ready to serve Jesus with everything we've got. He's worth it. Until next time, stay mindful, love others, and maybe eat a vegetable or two, or at least think about it. See you next week.